guys, and welcome back to I believe one of our final news videos for FH5. So obviously now there is probably about 2 weeks up to the run-up of the release.
By the time this goes out, it might be like 2 weeks on one day or something until the official release of the Ultimate Edition of Horizon 5. Now, as of recording, I think it's around 3 weeks exactly to the standard release. So yeah, but it's only 2 weeks. Can't believe that. I mean, remember when we were saying, oh, it's 4 months away?
Yeah, and that's it. Just a trailer, and now it seems a lot.
Time flies.
Yeah. So that's it. So today we're kind of going to be summarising basically things that we kind of know, like the
or as much as we can remember, because you've got to realise we're not robots. We can't remember everything.
Exactly. So things that we may have mentioned in past years' videos and so on. So we're basically just going to try and things that we've been able to recall. Hence, probably some of the most important stuff, because if you can't remember it, the odds of it being relevant is probably quite slim.
Yeah, because there's little things that we already know in the back of our minds that are not particularly important, that we don't really need to know. So we're going to start off really around the car sort of thing, because obviously everybody's concerned. The thing with Horizon is, there is actually something, but it's not worth mentioning. Let me just write it down. We don't script our videos, so ignore us for having notes, because I know people who do script their videos, and I think that's a bit cheaty, really. It's because they're professionals, we're not. We've got 600 subscribers, they've got 600 million subscribers, which is not possible, obviously, but you know what I mean, around that nutshell. Anyway, so we're going to start off with the car list, and around the cars, what's been added, what we know, everything like that. Also, what's been nerfed.
Yes, there is, yeah.
The 599XX Evo has been nerfed.
Okay.
Can now only do a really terrible 270 miles an hour rather than 320. How painfully slow is 270 miles an hour? By the way, that's still unbelievably fast. That's ridiculous. It's pathetically over the top.
It doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to be that fast. But yes, we're going to run around the car list, everything we know, little bits of details that would be quite interesting, including the convertibles, which we've not mentioned for quite a while, but it's one of the first things we knew.
Yeah,
but it's because it's such an old thing, because we got it 4 months ago, this news that the roofs of convertible cars can come off.
The system works.
Barn finds everything like that. So, starting with the car list then, we do have the confirmed car list. Alfa Romeo is not in it.
Which is quite surprising. That is
no, it's utterly disgraceful, because Alphas are the best cars ever built. Because they're absolutely fabulous. You can't be a true petrolhead until you've owned an Alfa. Whether that's in-game or in reality. You can't be a game petrolhead until you've owned an Alfa.
So yeah,
I've owned hundreds of thousands of Alphas in racing games, so I'm already a petrolhead, so it doesn't matter.
But it either could possibly be a factor of them add it as a...
Yeah, they have said that obviously...
DLC later on.
They said they have said
the entire brand is a bit...
BMW was one that was missing, Bugatti was missing, Bentley was missing. They've all been added, Mazda was missing, everything's been now added. So Alfa might come in a week or so. It might
potentially be it could be a licensing issue full stop, as in they can't get it at all for the game, or they can't get it for the start of the game, they're not willing on giving it for the start of the game, I don't know.
Well, they're owned by Stellantis, which is... Most of Stellantis' brands aren't in the game.
Yeah, so...
Including Peugeot and stuff. But then again, Alfa are also ran by Ferrari, but then there's not any spanking new Ferraris that have been added either. And then VW Group are a bit stubborn, because they've not added any new Audis, no new VWs yet. But obviously, that's all to come. They said they've left the car list till last.
Yeah.
So they have said that if a full brand just randomly appears or something that's missing, like Alfa or BMW or whatever it is, BMW's not now, but for example, if it was, they would just update the game at update 1 or something. They'd just shove in an update where the car list is completely changed, and everything's added. They have said that is possible. Now, there was, in one of AR12 Gaming's videos, we're scrolling through car collection screen and it said GMC Cyclone, but then when you went into the photo promo mode where you can have a look at every single car, the Cyclone weren't there. Which was really confusing. So some cars are in the game, just not fully, because they've not been added 100%, because the game's not ready. So We'll have to check to make sure it's updated, but we will give you a rundown of the confirmed day one car list around a week before the official release.
Which we have done before for past
we have
past things. We've read out.
We'll do like a normal one, so we'll do a normal one with photos and everything, and then what we'll do is we will do an official one where we read out everything to you, because reading is better than looking. You get the information to your head a bit better when people talk to you. So yeah, Carlos. So any decent ones? Obviously, we've actually had 2 brand new electric cars added: the Lotus Evija, which is how it's pronounced, by the way, and the Porsche Taycan. That's also how it's pronounced. They are both spelled completely different, as I said. As with, well, I was going to say as with foreign cars, but the Lotus is British, so I don't know how that works. Anyway, both electric. The Evija is, I think, one of the fastest cars in the game, and we already know this. 1,972 horsepower, stock.
Yeah.
Can't have anything to do that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, because it's ridiculous, but that's what it has in real life. We do 221 miles an hour, something like that, stock, with its single gear, which isn't bad for an electric car. The Rimac got 2 speeds, so
pretty fair.
Yeah, and you can adjust that final drive to get your Evija, so like 280 odd miles an hour.
That's crazy.
For an electric car with 1 gear. Remember, the Rimac's got 2, and that does 258 miles an hour stock. So if you can adjust the final drive on the Rimac,
that's it. Obviously,
that's gonna be fair.
You can guess that obviously they're going to try and add quite a few electric cars in just because of how the world is moving. Obviously, they're going to be adding electric cars in, and obviously only the greatest they're going to be adding.
There's 5, I think. So there's a Rimac, the Evija, which is one of the new ones. There's the Razor Tachyon Speed, which was in Horizon 4. You might not know what that is. It's this horrible electric thing. It's disgusting. But it will make an interesting drag race with the Rimac and the Evija. There's the Taycan, as we know, and I think the other one is the Jag I-Pace.
Okay.
The SUV.
Yeah, I quite like the I-Pace.
The I-Pace is a good little car, actually, because it's not really an SUV. It's a bit less SUV-ish than the rest of them, so it's a bit more sporty coupe style. But when I say coupe, I don't mean it's not good.
No, I do.
You know what I mean? Like it's more saloon car, really.
And I do quite like the look of the I-Pace.
Very sporty. It's a decent looking car. So we will be doing a family man electric car video with the Taycan and the I-Pace. There can't be any different. Like the difference is massive, but it's still family man electric car, isn't it?
Technically speaking.
2 4-door executive luxury cars. Just the power difference is unbelievable. I mean, the I-Pace is no slouch. I think it was 0-60 in like 4.8 seconds or something stupid. It's ridiculous. But the Taycan's like, I can do 2.8. Tesla will not be in the game, by the way. I don't think ever. Elon Musk is a stubborn swine. So I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I don't think he'll put the license in.
No. But obviously the main cars we know about though is obviously the cover car, the AMG Project 1. Can't wait to do a bit of a video with that, with the Valhalla.
Oh, so Valhalla in it?
The Valhalla is officially confirmed, but
very nice.
it's the prototype one, like the one that featured in James Bond, not the production version, which means it also features the V6. But on their Instagram they said, anybody want to hear the sound of a twin turbo V8, which is what the production car has. So they got a bit confused. Because they've added the concept with the V6. But then again, the concept does look better.
Yes.
It looks a hell of a lot better. Very good looking car, actually. I don't like supercars, but I like Aston doing supercars because it's different and it's an Aston. Yeah. Everybody likes an Aston Martin, right? Yeah. But because Aston Martin are doing a supercar, it's not stupid and repetitive and it's something we see every day. Because you don't. How many mid-engine cars have Aston made that are road legal?
Probably minimal.
1. Which is the Bulldog, which they built 1 Bulldog.
Yeah. Fair.
So
pretty
much they haven't made many.
Yes.
Got the Valkyrie and the Valhalla. The Valkyrie isn't yet in the game. However, I will say the Valkyrie was confirmed for release in a Horizon game, just doesn't know when. They did confirm it for Horizon 4, but obviously the COVID pandemic has pushed delays and stuff. Valkyrie, so Aston said, well, basically when the car goes into production, it'll be added to a Forza Horizon game, whatever that is at the time. Because the Ranger Raptor was the same, the Ford Ranger Raptor, and the AMG Project 1. The AMG Project 1, which is the cover car to Horizon 5, was confirmed in Horizon 4, but they delayed it by a year, the production of it, so that's why it's going to Horizon 5 instead.
Reasonable.
Anyway, obviously other cover car, Bronco, how I like a lot. I'll be choosing that as my cover car, not cover car, as my first car, because you also get the Supra and the Corvette, but you get those anyway, so may as well go with the nice rugged off-road brand new edition. Obviously the Super's a new edition, but the Corvette's not. So I will definitely be giving the Super a spin. That VZ4 will be interesting, won't it? I did a video where I drove the Z4 in a Super video because it's hilarious how the memes of the Super, or the Zoop 4 as it's known as. Yeah, we'll give the Super a spin. There's lots of videos going to come with all the cars. Like we'll do some comparisons and stuff, and Top Gear challenges with them. It'll be really nice to do. There's quite a lot of others. Obviously, there's a lot of off-road stuff. But the Ford F450 Super Duty, I think, just a really enormous pickup truck. Big V8 diesel. That thing will have so much torque. Even a Via will not be able to do a tug of war with that. It'll just annihilate. It'll just drive over the top of it, to be honest. By the way, the Via's got, it's the one with the lights with basically got holes. It's like the Ford GT, but not. It's more extreme, and you can just see straight through it. And you can see it on the game. It's crazy.
They do seem to have made some good details.
The actual
in this game,
the actual detailing of the game is phenomenal.
Yes.
It is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a hell of a lot of interesting stuff. It's just we need this car list to improve a bit because at the minute it's not brilliant. Barn finds we know of. There's some GMC thing. GMC Jimmy.
Okay.
Not a Jimny like the Suzuki.
I was gonna say,
it's Jimmy.
It is just Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Who's he?
Don't know.
Sounds like a nice bloke.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he wasn't nice to his car. So put it in the barn. And the one Beetle, as we know, the Beetle is also a AI as a taxi. We'll be doing some city camo with our taxi VW Beetles. That'll be a nice one to do.
I'll script a bit down. Like the Beetle is also quite important for the Eliminator.
Yeah,
because that is your starter car.
It is, like the Mini was.
Yeah, replacing the Mini in Britain, because obviously the Mini is very British, whatever. Obviously, the Beetle was made in Mexico for many years.
Many years after its production ended, the rest of the world. They finished production and it was still built in Mexico until 2003.
And hence it is still somewhat important to Mexico, hence that is why you're getting that as your starter car in the Eliminator. Don't take out context there.
Yeah, so, other cars. Mexican car alert.
Oh.
We do know of the Volvo 5RR, which they said would be in it anyway. We already knew that because it was in Horizon 4 and they said it was going to be Horizon 5. And it was the last car ever put into Horizon 4. Because obviously we knew about Horizon 5 before Horizon 4 ended its life cycle. Basically.
So it was so it's essentially a bit of a teaser style thing. This is what you're going to be getting.
I do like the Volvo 5RR. Double R, shall I say, because it sounds a bit weird. I like the Vol. I think it's cool. EcoBoost 4-cylinder at the back. Well, not at the back, but in the middle. Because there'll be some people say, it's not at the back, it's in the middle. We're putting the adenoids on. Shut up. It's just sick. It's a sick car. And in Motorsport 7. It's not as quick as it is in Motorsport 7 in Horizon though. They have nerfed it. I enjoyed how fast it was in Horizon 4. It was unbelievably fast. Up to 186 miles an hour. No car was as quick. It was unbelievable. The road cars go, nothing was. Even the Ariel Atom for 500, the V8 one, not as quick. It was unbelievably fast. But then they all stuck at 170, and this could go all the way to 187. But unfortunately, it's not that fast now. But it's not realistic to what it's like. So obviously, going on for the car list a bit. Convertibles.
Yes, and the mechanics.
Yes.
Which are arriving within the game.
Yeah. So obviously, interesting one. Because obviously, convertibles are interesting in Forza because sometimes they have the roof up, sometimes they don't. Now you can choose. So if you're driving around in a McLaren 720S Spider, for example, we'll use that because that's the one we've seen. You'll see it on the screen now. From very early on, one of the first ones we saw. You can go, well, it's raining, roof up. Nice and sunny, roof down.
it's great.
It's a great idea because it changes the aesthetics of certain cars.
exactly. And you don't
Can I just say, most convertibles look terrible with the roof up. One being the Ferrari Portofino, which we have seen in a video of another YouTuber. And in fact, the 720S looks a bit crap with roof up. Take the roof down, much better.
Fair.
I think one of the very few only convertible cars that look good with the roof up are soft top classic sports car convertibles, like the Barchettas, the Fiat 124s, the modern one, the Mazda MX-5s, you know, that sort of realm of car. They look really good with the roofs up.
Yeah, fair.
But they look better with the roof off, but they're not ugly. If you get like a hard top convertible, like a 4 Series convertible, because it's a hard top, they look crap.
Yeah.
They look utter crap with the roof up.
Yeah.
Take the roof off, fairly decent looking car. With the roof up, they look crap. So at least now we have that opportunity to take the roof off and enjoy it with the roof off. Because one I would hope is the Cali T, which controversially I think is better looking than Portofino. But there's a lot of people who do agree, a lot of people who disagree with that. It's quite a split 50-50 really. I might do a poll because
community tab, that one.
They've changed the rules on the community tab. I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend Riley Carrot. He's recently hit 1,000 subscribers. It's a big congratulations to him. And he pinged me on DM and said, "Oh, when do I get my community tab?" I was like, "Oh, just wait a couple of days. It'll come through eventually." And literally the day after he got his, they changed the rules to say you only need 500 subscribers to get a community tab. I feel really bad actually. I feel a bit guilty because I got mine. I was like, "Why have I got mine?" I thought, have I stolen a community tab or something? Not knowing they changed the rules, and then I googled it and I was like,
they've changed the So now hopefully look out for things on the community tab, polls and
pictures, everything. So I will. Should I do a poll on the Portofino and the Cali? I did an Instagram one, and I think the Cali won. The Cali did win actually on the Instagram ones, but I might do it on the
see what. Just look out in your sub box to see if you're going to be getting any polls and so on. Make sure you answer them because.
I can also give shout outs as well.
Debates that we want to answer.
I can give shout outs to people as well. So if you're on my good list, I'm not Santa, but if you're on my good list, you might get one. You never know.
Get your name at community.
You never know. So obviously convertibles, good thing that I'm happy about that. One I do want to see is the Cali T though.
Yes.
Because I think it's better looking than the Portofino, and that does look quite good with the roof up. It's an example of a modern convertible hardtop that does look quite good. The old Cali doesn't look good at all. With the roof up, roof down, it looks terrible. So it doesn't matter. I hope that some soft tops can have it as well, because we've only seen hard top convertibles do this now. So stuff like the MX-5, which doesn't have an electronic roof, can you still take the roof off?
You should be able to.
The bloke isn't going to go unclip, throw it back. I don't doubt that. But even if it's an electronic, it doesn't really matter. I'd still like to see.
Modified it.
Yeah, I'd still like to see the roofs come off certain cars, or you can select to have it off permanently. Because I think the MX-5 have it off anyway, but I think the Mark 1 doesn't, because they always stick the 1.8 in. So the 1.6 is the Motorsport 7, and I think it's a US spec one, and it's got a hard top. So I'd like to see that being able to be removed, because I have to colour it black otherwise. Because I hate body coloured hard tops on MX-5s. I think it's really weird. Unless it's any colour but red, they look good with body coloured hard top. They look terrible in red with the red hard top. Hopefully some other sort of convertibles can have it taken off. Right. I think one of the other most important is the map.
Yes, it is probably one of the most important factors of Mexico. You know what I mean? One of the greatest things that we can look forward to. Within the game.
Because this map really gives everybody Horizon 2 vibes. The size, the scale of it, the enormous motorway, which you'll see pictures of and see bits and bobs of, hopefully. If you can find any content on it that I'm not going to get done for following. No, because we usually only use the Forza stream stuff, which you're allowed to use anyway. So I'll see what basically. Enormous motorway, and there's a massive suspension bridge that I can find gameplay of actually driving underneath it, because they did show it off in the initial drive. You'll see that later on. I think when you're in the Desert Flyer Porsche. You're going through the rainforest and you go under the big suspension bridge which you can drive over.
Oh, wow.
And that's past the motorway. And it's dead straight, dead arrow straight, and there is bits of uphills, but there's downhills as well. So you know, like in Horizon 3, you go up the crest, don't you?
Yep.
Then when you get to the crest, you level off, and then you go bang straight downhill, dead straight, arrow straight downhill, and that's where you get like your 300 mile an hour and your D-type.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So enormous motorway.
Yeah, which is obviously a good start.
Yeah, because it was terrible. It was probably the worst motorway I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Can I just note,
useless.
the M62 isn't that twisty. If that's what motorway is, which I think it is, the 62. It's not. The other thing with the 62 is, it's arrow straight, it's just unbelievably bumpy.
Yeah.
It's very bumpy. You'd get anyway, away from the British motorway system, because there's not much consistency in the British motorway system.
Yeah.
Like, in America, all of the roads are straight, all of them are arrow straight, flat, smooth roads. In Britain, sometimes you go on the A1M1 near York, it's made out of sandpaper. It is the worst road I've ever seen in my entire life. It's loud, it's noisy, you can't do 70 miles an hour on it, otherwise your car will just disintegrate. But then the M62 is bumpy, and then the M6 is full of roadworks. So it's, yeah. So don't blame us, blame Playground Games for the not straight M62 with the tunnel or something. I think it was the 62, it might be the 68, who knows. So obviously, it's a good start. We need an hour straight motorway to test our top speeds. You can test the Avia now, 280 odd miles an hour. The Esco will do 300 miles an hour, by the way.
Nice.
Stuff like that. So we do know a couple of quick cars. The other good ones. What the hell does that mean? I've forgotten what that
Drag
means.
strips.
Drag strips.
Drag strips.
Yeah, so obviously they have said we have now got a 1 mile back, which is obviously brilliant because we didn't have one. It's an abandoned airport actually. It looks really nice. It's absolutely lovely. We've seen bits when some of the famous YouTubers have got initial release of it and stuff, and had early gameplay and early stuff, so they've been able to do some videos on it. Looks very good. Definitely going to be doing some drag races and stuff, because we now have a separate channel for drag races, which you will see later on in the year, obviously with November coming. So you'll get that. Drag strips 1 mile. I think there's one at the festival which is probably a quarter in it or half. Which doesn't really matter as long as we've got the 1 mile.
The point is, we
it.
can now do proper tests on the 1 mile, which is good to see.
Yeah, and then we do have proper racetracks as well. We've got one at the festival, which is an asphalt one, and we've got a dirt one as well, which I can't wait to get my hands on that. To get some Lancias or some Audi Quattros and stuff sliding about, like Mickey Hakkinen, which, by the way, that is a quote I've nicked from James May, and Mickey Hakkinen doesn't slide about because he's a Formula 1 driver, so I don't know why James May used that. It's more Tommy Mäkinen who you've got to use the example, because he is a rally driver. But then most Finnish Formula 1 drivers anyway are rally drivers.
All works, man. All works.
Yeah.
So.
And they always are the ones glugging down a full bottle of champagne at the end when they win, because they do drink Finns. Anyway, so yeah, got some cool tracks. It's nice to have a racetrack. We've never really had one in the map before. So it'd be quite interesting to get to grips with that.
And it's good, to be fair.
You need to do track battles and
probably
stuff as well.
heavily requested. So.
Oh, very. I was hoping that they'd add Top Gear test track to the British one, but
imagine
the bridges were never used after all, which is unfortunate. Mike Brown has joked in the streams that Horizon 4 is not the best, but the best thing in the world. He has joked. So they can take bans. I do like them because they can take bans, so they're quite good. Good set of people doing it. So yeah. So what we'll do is we will now show you the initial gameplay. For us it'll be a second, but for you it might be around 10 minutes of the first gameplay, from basically opening up the game. What you get, you start off in the Bronco or something, and then go into the Mercedes, the Desert Flyer and stuff, and it's quite interesting. And yeah, you'll see that now.
for that. Making new friends, eh? You go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery. Drop zone approaching! Lovely day for a drive! I'll track the storm! Tú sigue adelante! Keep going! Okay! There's no other way around! We've got to go through it! Woo! For the eye of the storm! Okay, on my mark. 5, 4. 4 now, that's fine. This could get a little rough. Touchdown! Not even a scratch. The jungle awaits. Flamingos! I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge. ¡Qué maravilla! You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready for the biggest Horizon adventure of your life. Did you hear that? Well, that is the last inbound cargo flight racing neck and neck with an AMG-1. So strap yourselves in, Horizon. I've seen this driver before, and trust me, they know how to make an entrance.
Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. It was nice to show you that because obviously it does look really interesting.
Yeah.
You'll obviously see that when I upload the video
Yes.
on day one, which I'm going to do an unedited sort of stream version of the
Okay,
video.
fair, yeah.
So I just record it on Twitch, we'll download it straight away, bung it up in a nutshell because it won't really need any editing
Yeah,
because
that's
it'll
true.
be a one-to-one account of exactly what goes through. So you'll be seeing me change all the settings and everything. It'll be quite a nice sort of video. It'll only be about half an hour or something. I'll do a couple of videos. So you've seen the first gameplay, which is nice, and then you go to choose your car, which you obviously see on the screen now. You have the choices of the Bronco, the Toyota Supra, and the Corvette. I'm going to be choosing the Bronco, as you all know. Bright yellow Bronco. I'm keeping it yellow as well. Think I might do the Super Yellow though, because I've got a Lego one there and it looks absolutely terrific. Does look good in pretty much any colour though, to be honest. It's a good looking car. Pity there's no manual. Naughty toys. So obviously, then you may go onto your initial house. So your initial house is quite nice. So you'll see some pictures and stuff of that now. And obviously you open your first festival. Now, obviously there are how many festivals? 5, I think.
There are 5 festivals.
But there's
throughout
one
the
for...
map.
So, a bit like Horizon 3, you have them
Yes.
located around the map for different things. But unlike Horizon 3, each festival is for a specific type of race event. So, unlike Horizon 3, when you opened Yara, you got fans and opened Yara.
Yeah.
And then you got different race events.
Yeah.
Road racing, street racing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. In Horizon 5, we'll come on to Accolades a bit later on, but you earn Accolades to level up and get festivals. So it's a bit like the fans, really.
Yeah.
Open a new festival, but that festival is only for dirt racing, street racing, asphalt racing, cross-country racing. Basically like that. So you've got one festival for each. I think then you've got the main festival. So that's why you've got 5. So you've got the main one, which you open, which is when you start the race, and then you open 4 small
If you had
ones.
road, street, dirt, cross-country, you know, that's it.
Is there 4 or is there 5?
No, because then you'd have the main one.
Well, yeah, I think there's a main one anyway. Yeah, so
that
in a
would be
nutshell,
right,
I think that's
I think
what it is.
if
There
I
might be a
remember
5th one, but who knows? There might be a drag racing one because drag racing is a type of event now, isn't it? So I doubt it.
Yeah, alright.
You know what I mean?
We'll see what it's like. We'll see
So,
what it's like.
Yeah, so you get quite a few, which I think I really like that because I thought the thing missing with Horizon 4 was just the fact you only got one festival. It's nice to have festivals that you can do sort of challenges to, so you can say, oh, we're going to have a race from this festival to this festival, or we're going to have a race from this festival to this festival. Or...
Because realistically, we didn't really... They kind of swapped festivals out for houses in FH4, and now they're kind of merging the two, so you're getting the festival aspect from FH3 alongside, I believe you are still getting a few houses.
But yeah,
like
you're getting the houses because the houses are useful, because they're dotted everywhere on the map, and they're nice and they're different.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like copying the Cruiser, but never mind. I've done that many times. But then you've also got the festivals, because these festivals unlock different race events. It's very different this time. It's very similar to
quite
Horizon
like
3,
it, to be fair.
but I do, because what you can do is you can leave the ones you hate to last.
Yes. You just don't open them festivals.
Just don't. Well, I don't know whether you do the ones you hate first or the ones you hate last. What I would say is the ones I hate, which is street racing and cross country.
Yeah.
I don't hate cross country, but it's not my favourite.
Yeah, it's not preferable.
Street racing is horrendous because it's pitch black and you can't see where you're going. It's just annoying. And you got traffic. So I'll leave that until last.
Yeah.
But then by that time, I will have earned decent cars for that racing event.
That's true, actually.
with dirt racing and cross-country racing and street racing, you don't really need fast cars.
Yeah.
You sort of do for street racing, but a Supra will do for that, or a Corvette C8 will do. But what you need for street racing is something a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Because street racing is a bit more difficult because of how it works with the AI and stuff. So, yeah. I'd recommend. I'm going to probably say that until last. Cross-country second to last. Probably dirt, or probably street first, because well, not street, but asphalt first. Normal racing, because it's just the easiest, and then probably dirt second, because it's my favourite, but I don't want to do it first. If that makes sense. So that's what I'm basically going to do. So yeah, I like that. It's interesting. But then you earn accolades, which we'll talk about now. They are a bit like fans from Horizon 3, but also we saw accolades in Lego Valley in Horizon 4. And you just do challenges to unlock accolades. You can unlock cars, barn finds, probably. More races, more earn up to festivals, new clothing.
Tasks, basically.
Yeah, and the more accolades you get, the better, basically.
Yes. So they work like fans, but they're not entirely the same concept as fans, because fans you got like XP in FH3. These work like fans.
It does work very similar to the fan system. Yeah,
you don't get them in the same way.
Yeah, it works very similar.
You have to kind of work.
I like the fan system. It was nice.
It's just XP though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was
basically.
basically. Yeah, it was.
So yeah,
but it was nice. I felt like I was famous. 400,000 followers. Ooh. So yeah, it was interesting. So
first then, sound in right.
We're going in a weird order.
Yes.
We haven't done that.
Yes. Yeah. We've gone then.
Did you showcases?
Go on then.
Showcases. Right. We have seen. How many have we seen? Well, we've seen 2. But I'll insert 1. So you just see a bit of it. First one you do, you are in a Ford Hoonigan Escort and you're racing a plane, because why the hell not?
Sounds like a showcase if you ask me.
There's always something stupid, and then there's a Hot Wheels monster truck or something in another one.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So that showcases, that'll do. Online games is probably a big one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. Well, what we'll do is we'll include this with the racing event lab and route creators and stuff. So online adventure is obviously still here. You got Drift Adventure, blah blah blah, online adventure racing, games, this, that, and the other. No one on private adventure yet, unfortunately. No private sessions, I don't think. But then we don't know. Don't know, do we, until we get the game. And they haven't said anything, but then again, they haven't said a lot of things, so there'll be a lot more to know when the game comes out. So, yeah, online adventure. It's very similar to what it was, except it's now harder to do the trial because you have to be on Hall of Fame, which won't be difficult to get onto.
Yeah, doesn't sound so. I mean, for me it might be, but we'll see.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's people who crash into you on purpose because they can't drive at the death of them. You know, people who drive the wrong way. You're like, how have you gone the wrong? What are you doing? He's now crashed. Oh, he's gone over a hedge. How's that? You just see somebody flying in the rearview mirror. You're like, what on earth has happened there? See, that was the problem with the trial, because you've got idiots like that. So basically, what it's doing is eliminating those. Except it's not the eliminator, obviously. So it's getting rid of those, or eliminating those, so that it should be a better experience for people doing the trial.
Seems quite good, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So I'll hopefully get on that. If not, I never did the trial anyway. Even though I could do it, but it's just for the the band thing, in it. You just get the eliminator, not the eliminator. What the hell? The trial unlocked. Yeah, and then obviously you do have the online adventure. So you got like the games, Forzathon, pretty much similar things. You play all the little. You can knock them little horses that you normally whack with the truncheon. Those, you know, what are they called? And things like, you know, the ones that you bat and they come out with the sweet
pinatas.
Pinatas, that's the one. Right, basically you can drive into pinatas and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, like horses, stuff like that, and little cool
It's Mexico.
Yeah.
Fair.
We're probably wearing sombreros.
Yes.
Oh, I hope there's a
Pinatas
sombrero
wearing
hat. I hope there's a sombrero that you can wear.
Oh, for your character, that would be quite.
That'd be sick. It'd be it's hilarious. One that you can just break off and eat the stuff inside like a chip.
Yes, a tortilla.
But that would be despicable.
Right.
So yeah, you've got all those games and stuff, which is quite interesting.
Yes.
Including like you can also do event lab and route creator.
Yes.
Which I like the idea of event lab. I think it would be quite fun. Obviously, play bowling with 4 Broncos.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, obviously, Route Creator we already had, really.
There's a stadium as well with some football, so maybe we could play car football.
Yes. Rocket League in Forza.
Yeah, if you'd
What
like to
a
see
way.
us play
I'd probably actually quite
car football, and we'll do 5-a-side.
5-a-side, what I like.
We'll probably do 4-a-side because
Yeah,
we'll
that's
probably
good.
can get 10 people. You know what I mean. And you want to see us play football, we'll get some cheap runabouts. Oh, genius idea. One of the cars I want the most in this game. Barn find, but can't wait to get it. The Renault 4.
Oh, right, yeah.
Renault 4's playing. Well, no, we'll do
Everyone's just in Renault 4.
Renault 4 car football. Cheap, small runabout that's light, and it'll be brilliant for it.
Yeah.
Renault 4 car football.
Can't
Renault
argue
4
that.
car football. If you want to see Renault 4 car football,
Yeah.
comment below.
Yeah.
And make sure to subscribe because
To see it,
brilliant.
because that will be
That'll
champion.
it'll be sick. And nobody steal my ideas, otherwise I'll just find a different car anyway, so it doesn't matter. There are some other cars that I want. So yeah, can't wait for the Renault 4. Oh my god. Do you know I genuinely had a crisis when I saw that runner. You would message me and went, Renault 4's in Horizon 5. I was like, when? And then he sent me a screenshot. I was like, how the hell did I miss that?
Yeah.
I was like, I went through the video and it was like going through every single car and I missed the Renault 4. I was like, I was more annoyed that I'd missed it, but I was also absolutely over the moon because they are sick cars. I love them. So yeah, definitely going to be taking that for a spin when that's out. Well, when I find it. So yeah, Event Lab and Route Creator. So we'll just play bowling with cars. It'll be fun. And then Route Creator, create our own events. But they have said there's a link between the two, so I think you can make a Route Creator with stuff from the Event Lab. So if you just want some 10-pin bowling pins just sticking out of your route, then you can just knock them over.
Why not?
Why the hell not? So you can have ramps and hoops and. I feel like Super 7, which was like a beta version of Event Lab. So be interesting.
Yeah,
very
sounds
interesting.
alright.
Yep. So I think we've already sort of gone through earnings and accolades. So not much about that. Festival playlist, I think, is a big one.
Yeah.
Because obviously they have changed it a bit. They sort of introduced it. It was update 7 of Horizon 4, wasn't it? I believe. God, that was a long time ago. Probably near 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Ago.
Yeah, I was driving the Ford RTR Mustang as well. One of the first cars you got in the festival playlist. I've got a memory that's just unbelievable. Why do I forget things when it comes to schoolwork, and then I can remember the stupidest of things? I can remember like things that are just white noise to everybody else. What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So they've added it back into Horizon 5, but there is it's a bit weird with Horizon 5 because I don't know what's going to happen for the first couple of months because the car pass exists.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they've thought about.
2 a week or whatever.
So in the car pass you get 2 cars per week for 12. Well, it would work out 1 week you get 3. So it works out that there's 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is 3 months.
Yeah.
2 cars a week, except from the last week you get 3. Because it's 25 cars.
Yeah.
For those 3 months, are they going to put cars in the festival playlist? We know there's already the DeLorean. We know that. But are they going to stick loads of cars in the festival playlist?
Probably, but they are usually exclusive, aren't they? They're exclusive.
Not always, no.
Yeah,
They're normally just cars that you can earn from the auto.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably what it is. They're probably going to put some.
So I'm concerned what the problem is that there's actually not going to be any exclusive cars for a couple of months because the car pass exists.
Yeah.
And if there are new exclusive cars, they're not brand new to the franchise.
Yeah.
They're just going to be cars that we were missing in the old game, which I don't have a problem with. But yeah, the car pass exists, so that's going to be a bit of a problem for the festival playlist. However, they have changed it. The biggest difference is they've scrapped the percentage and brought in points.
Yeah, yeah.
Which sounds like they made it a bit easier.
Yeah.
But
the whole get 50%, get 70% was just a bit annoying.
80%.
80%.
It was 100% at first.
Yeah.
And I did do the first 3 weeks as 100% because I'm crazy. I got the highest score, the highest percentage I've ever got on a festival playlist in Horizon 4 is 96%
per
month for the 4 months. But that's because we had to do the first 3 weeks at 100%. Then the last week I just went, stuff it, I'll do 81. So yeah, the point system is here, which is, I think I like the point system. Some of the values are a bit odd. But they've actually made it a bit more of a grind fest.
Yes, they did.
With the points, because of how the point system works, there's now more things to do than there was.
Yeah.
I like the federal playlist anyway, and genuinely enjoyed it. I like doing the grind for the cars. That was interesting. I always thought it was a little bit too easy to get the cars, because it will only take you half an hour or 20 minutes if you've done all the online adventure stuff or something. But now there's a hell of a lot more to do, and I will be bashing it the first week just so I can get all the stuff done.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be interesting. I might actually just do most of the events to get most of the cars just for free, so I don't have to buy them.
Yeah.
See what the cars are like, win-win. In a nutshell. So yeah, playlist is back. Forzathon shop's still here. We're going to do Forzathon anyway. It'll help with the point system, so I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And then probably spend some money on some Forzathon points and some cars. But, don't know how the credit system works. It's probably as bad as it was in Horizon 4, where you could just get a £1 million car after like 30 minutes. But yeah, festival playlist. Glad to see it back. Don't know what's going to be happening about the cars, but I know that one of the first cars you can get is the cover car if you grind it enough.
Yes,
The first one, so
Firm.
Yeah. And the DeLorean, which is one of the exclusive cars. New ones, which they showed off a couple of weeks ago, which I'm quite happy about. Utterly useless waste of space as a car. Crap cars they were. Absolutely terrible. The engines were horrendous, the gearbox was terrible, and they were slow. But by God, it's cool. It's got gullwing doors, of course it's cool. It's stainless steel. Ignore Back to the Future. It is a bit overrated, the car for what it is. And it'll probably be dead in history once for the film. But it is quite cool. And it's rare. And they're all painted silver. Well, they weren't painted anyway, it was just brushed stainless steel. So they got the colour from, which I think is quite interesting. So I remember watching a programme where somebody painted one matte red. Over the stainless steel, he painted matte red. I was like, they had to get rid of all that paint. It was a nightmare. So, coming on to the last couple of sections now. Upgrades, we have seen quite a lot. They have added a hell of a lot of stuff. Upgrades wise, body kit wise, obviously.
Yeah,
not
the customizations
has gone quite nice. Sound files they've done so you can get different sounds and thing. We'll go on to the sounds in a bit. I'll show you some clips of that as well in a second. But yeah, they've done lots of body kits, lots of really cool, interesting stuff. One thing I did notice when some of the YouTubers were upgrading the Valhalla and stuff, you can now choose how many gears you want in your racing gearbox. Do you know it used to be 6? You can now go, well, do I want 7? Do I want 8? Do I want 9? Or do I want 10?
Should we be able to do that in semi-automatics?
Yes, I think so. The Valhalla, which is a semi-automatic, I think it's 8 gear standard. I think you can put 10 speed in it. I don't know whether that works for Honda Civic Type R's with manual gearboxes. Don't think that does, because I don't think you can have a 10-speed manual. I've heard of a 7-speed manual, but never heard of a 10. So, might be a bit confusing. So yeah, you probably do 7s in manuals.
Fully change.
I think changing the gearbox is quite interesting because it alters acceleration. I'll probably just leave with the standard 6 because we're just used to anyway. But
also probably screw up your gear ratios as well.
The 6 will help with top speed, and the higher the other gears will help with your cornering and your acceleration. As well. Because the 6 because the gear ratios will be shorter. So if you need to get to 60, it'll be quicker because you've got shorter gear ratios. Where if you've got a dead long gear ratio, it'll take you 400 years, but your top speed will be about 1 million, which is how it works, physics, just things. So yeah, quite interesting about that. It'd be nice to have a bit of play about with all those. Don't know about the PI system. I think it's probably still X class for Ford Focus if possible, which probably I wouldn't be surprised. But obviously, big thing that they changed and concentrated on is the sounds. Obviously, important thing that they basically was like, oh, we don't give a toss in Horizon 5. In Horizon 4.
Yeah, I was going to say it's something that they messed up quite badly.
Yeah.
In Horizon 4. Again, was probably one of the most requested things to be changed.
Yeah. So we've got some clips. Well, there's a couple from some streams, some of the earlier ones, which I will shove in now for you. So you saw that. Other sound-wise, Musica,
Yes.
which they say is probably the best, but I don't know anything about the music.
Yeah, I'll try and make it. But obviously, they never put well-known music in it, and that's probably for licensing reasons.
No, they do that because what they want to do is help promote people who aren't well known and get them popular.
Yeah.
Which I think is a genius idea. They put people who are popular in. They do that. But what they do is they put people who are less popular in. Like the Accolades aren't that popular in the UK, but they've now in the Forza Horizon 5 advert, everybody cannot stop listening to the Forza Horizon 5 playlist song. But not the trailer song. Nobody can stop listening. Well, I can't.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that's actually on one of the radio stations.
It probably will be. Yeah, they usually are.
I can see it as a pulse, really.
I don't. I'd say like it's kind of one of them that. Well, for me, I think like in FH3, I'm there on bass or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going. Oh, this is the song you
Guess what is
earlier.
back?
What?
Timeless Classics, but it's not called Timeless Classics.
Oh goodness.
It's not called Timeless Classics. It's got a Spanish name now.
Well, Un Timeless Classics.
No. No, the name Timeless is completely gone. In Horizon 2, it was Epitaph, I think.
All right. Yeah.
It's Italian or French, something like that.
Yeah. Sounds pretty Italian or French. Well, yeah.
Basically, Don Thompson's gone now then.
Dan Thompson gone as well. What have they swapped him out for Juan?
I don't know.
Well, you've not talked about the Spanish version.
I forgot what it's called.
Oh.
There will be a screenshot in the video,
Yeah,
so if you watch it back, you'll notice what it's called, because I will put it in, but I've forgotten what it's called. It begins with an E, I think.
No, okay.
It's radio something. No, because they pronounce things, they don't understand the word A.
Yeah.
Because they're not from Liverpool.
Yes.
Eight. No, they pronounce things as radio, don't they? And stuff like that, so.
Yes. Because it's.
I do apologise if I offended any Spanish people by that terrible version of radio, but.
That was just.
Imagine Radio Gaga in Spanish.
Don't bother.
I don't know. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called, but obviously Block Party's back, Pulse is back, Basic Maintenance is back, Hospital is back.
If I listen to Hospital, continue.
Well, I've never, because it's just people, it just sounds like people, just sounds like Casualty.
To be fair,
Is it Hospital? Why would you want to listen to a Hospital?
To be fair, ever since I saw it on FH3, it was like the last one that I ever put on, because I was like, sounds morbid.
Basically, Hospital is copyright-free drum and bass music. That's all it is.
What I like. What I like. That's like pinnacle of playlist moments.
I think it's by far the worst radio station.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Timeless is still the best.
Depends.
Well, in Horizon 3, it's not. Pulse is the best.
Yeah.
For me, because the songs are banging.
Yeah.
All music except from Timeless Classics was terrible in Horizon 4. Absolutely, every single song was terrible except from Timeless. Timeless was brilliant. We don't know what it's going to be like in Horizon 5. There's some good songs on there, so you never know. That'll be alright. So yeah, that's the music. We pretty much tried to go through as much as physically possible. We probably have missed something, but basically I'm now got an absolute editing nightmare.
Yes, you do. You have got a mare to try and figure this one out. But point is, we have tried to make it through as much as we can. We understand that this video is very long. It's probably going to reach over the hour mark. But the point is, this is kind of everything.
with the initial gameplay. Yeah.
This is going to be everything that we have gathered so far. The things to build your hype up. The things to, what to look forward to. What you're looking at for the future. Because again, it really isn't long until the release now.
It's 2 weeks until Horizon 5 releases. But it's 3 years until it gets replaced.
Yeah.
So in those 3 years, we're going to get lots of really cool stuff. Like, obviously, people like, to be honest, the way I'm thinking of it is, the car list is terrible. But it's terrible by the standards of what Horizon 4's ended like.
Yeah.
If you look at what Horizon 4's was like when it started, it was crap. So, they are quite similar.
Yeah.
How they started out. But when they had all the new stuff with the car pass, you've got 25 cars immediately that are exclusive and brand new. When they had the car pass, when they got the festival playlist up and running, when everything's going, it will be pretty decent. And I think it could I don't think it'll be the best Horizon game.
Yep.
But
It's an improvement on
It is.
FH4. put it that
and the
way.
biggest improvement for me is the physics, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about, but yeah, physics. It actually looks like there's feel, steering feel, braking feel, and the sense of speed. You're not doing 400 and feeling like you're doing 50. You're actually doing 300 and feeling like you're doing a million, which is how driving should feel.
Yes. Where you
So-
feel like if you just knock it a bit, you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, that is right. And so yeah, it is going to be
Yeah.
a good improvement on FH4, a good improvement on the Horizon franchise, because in a way we're just getting things that we haven't really had before, or had a merge of the good things that we have had in the past. So yeah, just see what it's going to be all right. Fair play.
So yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks for the official release of Horizon 5. Until then, obviously, we will hopefully update you with the car list videos and whatever else comes along around that time. We're sort of uploading every 4-ish days now because we don't want to overdo it.
Yes. On
So
the run up.
yeah, you'll just have to keep updated. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And put that
FH5
notification bell
content
on.
is on its way, okay, and you
Yeah.
don't want to miss it.
No, because it'll actually be half decent because I'm starting FH5 content having done content before, whereas with Horizon 4 I'd literally just tested each channel, I had no idea what I was
To be
doing.
fair, with FH4 you were still recording your telly, weren't you? So
Yeah, I know, it was like,
with
at least
something's going
now we're at the stage where we actually can do half decent content to begin with. So, yeah.
Something's going right. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, just because you don't want to miss anything that we've talked about in this video on the channel. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you on another one. Goodbye.